Hello. Assalamu alaikum. My name is MD Anwar Hussain. Welcome to my presentation. Today I'm going to describe what is employment contract. I'm going to meet my friend who works in a company. Today she will explain what is employment contract. She is waiting for me in the coffee shop. So let's go. Hi Lisa, how are you?
Hey Anwar. I'm fine, thanks. What about you?
Yeah, I'm fine too. Liza, I need to discuss something important with you.
Sure. Sit here. Tell me what you want to discuss.
Thank you. Liza, do you know what is employment contract?
Yes, I know. Agreement between an employer and an employee. It is typically voluntary, deliberate, and legally enforceable, therefore, binding. The employee must agree to this contract as a condition of his or her employment. Employment contracts cover a variety of procedures and/or policies that are required for the employer to protect its own interest. The contract often states a time frame inhibiting the employee after they leave the company from working for a competitor or in a similar industry.
What do you think? Why is the contract of employment still important?
Oh, I think to fill in gaps left unregulated by statute. Because employment protection legislation has been drafted in reliance on contractual definitions. The role played by breach of contract in the law of industrial action. Employees still look to contractual remedies as a more effective form of job protection.
Sounds good. There is any employment contract law in Malaysia?
Yes. Malaysia have employment contract law. Employment Law 1955. Before employment begins, an employer must inform each employee clearly of the conditions of employment under which he is to be employed with regard to 1. Wages, including rate of wages, overtime rate and any allowance, whether calculated by piece, job, hour, day, week or otherwise. 2. Wage period. 3. Length of notice required to terminate the contract. And 4. If the employee is entitled to an end-of-year payment, the end-of-year payment or proportion and the payment period.
Oh, wow. It's really great. Would you please tell me what is included in an employment contract?
Yes, sure. More specifically, an employment contract can include salary or wages, schedule, duration of employment, general responsibilities, confidentiality, communications, benefits, future competition.
Oh, great. Now please tell me benefits and drawbacks of a written employment contract.
Yes, sure. A written contract is a great way to clearly define the job, your responsibilities, and your benefits. It prevents any confusion about the job. However, be sure to carefully read all elements of an employment contract before signing it. Make sure that you are comfortable with every part of the contract. If you break the contract, there might be legal consequences. Therefore, make sure you are able to uphold every part of the written agreement. For example, if the contract requires you to stay at the job for a minimum period, make sure you will be able to do this. Also, if the contract places limits on where you can work upon leaving the company, consider whether or not you are comfortable with this.
Oh, what is enforcing an implied contract?
While implied contracts are difficult to prove, they are binding. Employees can prove that an implied contract was established by pointing out actions, statements, policies, and practices of the company that led them to believe with reasonable cause that the promise would come to fruition.
Thank you so much for giving me your most valuable time.
No, it's okay. Thanks for inviting me here. And thanks for coffee also. Bye, see you again. We really spent good time.
Okay, bye, see you again. So at last I want to say, an employment contract may be valid for an indefinite or fixed period of time. If an employment contract is made for a fixed term at the employer's initiative, there must be a justified reason for it, such as a need for a substitute or seasonal worker. Only long-term unemployed people may be hired for fixed-term employment without a justified reason. Anyone who has been an unemployed job seeker continuously over the previous 12 months is regarded as being long-term unemployed. A fixed-term employment contract like that, covering at the most 3 periods, may last no longer than 1 year. That's all. Thank you.